Welcome to my reading of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. At least Americans know what Chamber of Secrets are in this book, if you saw my last video. As I did sorry guys, as I did in the other video, I will be changing every wand word into Wang. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with my speech today. I will not be reading all of the book, just every wand sentence. So, the first one is... Ron let go of the steering wheel completely and pulled his Wang out of his back pocket. "Stop, stop," he yelled, whacking the dashboard and the windscreen. That wasn't very, here we go. Ron let out a low, despairing groan. "Are you okay?" Harry said urgently. "My Wang," Ron said in a shaky voice. "Look at my Wang." It had snapped, almost in two. The tip was dangling limply, held on by a few splinters. Yeah. Next one is... next chapter. Got a lot more than the first book of one-liners. Second one is... He was supposed to be turning a beetle into a button, but all he managed to do was give his beetle a lot of exercise as it scuttled over the desktop, avoiding his Wang. Ron was having far worse problems. He had patched up his Wang with some borrowed Spello tape, but it seemed to be damaged beyond repair. It kept crackling and sparkling at odd moments. Okay. "Oh yeah, and get another howler back," said Ron, stuffing the now hissing Wang into his bag. "It's your own fault your Wang got snapped." Didn't actually see that one till just then, so... yeah. Next one is... He rolled up his sleeves, brandishing his Wang, and bellowed, "Pesky pixie pestinomi." It had absolutely no effect. One of the pixies seized Lockhart's Wang and threw it out the window too. Lockhart gulped and dived under his own desk. Seemed funnier in my head. Honestly did. Hedwig was still angry with Harry about the disastrous car journey, and Ron's Wang was still malfunctioning, surpassing itself on Friday morning by shooting out of Ron's surpassing itself on Friday morning by shooting out of Ron's hand in charms and hitting tiny old Professor Flitwick squarely between the eyes, creating a large throbbing green boil where it had struck. Way, large and green. Where else? Wood was holding up a large diagram of a Quidditch pitch, on which were drawn many lines, arrows, and crosses in different coloured inks. He took out his wang, tapped the board, and the arrows began to wiggle all over the diagram like caterpillars, or sperm. Okay. How dare you? And Ron plunged his hand into his robes, pulling out his wang, yelling, "You'll pay for that one, Malfoy!" Pointed it furiously under Flint's arm at Malfoy's face. A loud bang echoed around the stadium, and the jet of green light shot out of the wrong end of Ron's wang, hitting him in the stomach and sending him reeling backwards onto the grass. Harry was just reading Lesson 1, Holding Your Wang, Some Useful Tips. I hope this seems funnier for you lot, because I don't know, seems funnier when I read it in my head, or if you have a perverted mind. Here we go. Nice loud howl. Harry, exactly. And then, if you believe it, I pounced like this, slammed him to the floor, thus, with one hand, managed to hold him down. With my other, I put my wang to his throat. Then I screwed up all my remaining strength and performed an immensely complex Horfus charm. He let out a piteous moan. Something moan. Go on, Harry. Higher than that. Good. Okay. That. I think JK did replace that one word with whack, because that is just so wrong. No, don't, Harry said weakly, but Lockhart was twirling his wang, and a second later had directed it straight at Harry's arm. A strange and unpleasant sensation started at Harry's shoulder and spread all the way down to his fingertips. It felt as though his arm was being deflated. Okay, next one. Harry ducked swiftly down behind his cauldron, pulled out one of Fred's Buster fireworks out of his pocket, pulled one of them, yeah, and gave it a quick prod with his wang. The firework began to fizz and splutter. Fizz and splutter, wang, prod, way. Okay, you're gonna love this one. The ceiling was velvety black once more, and most of the school seemed to be packed beneath it, all carrying their wangs, looking excited. Just checking my battery. Where are we? Next one is... Bear with me a second. Then they raised their wangs like swords in front of them. As you see, we are holding our wangs in the acceptable combative position, Lockhart told the silent crowd. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Both of them swung their wangs up over their shoulders. Snape cried, "Expelliarmus!" There was a dazzling flash of scarlet light, and Lockhart was blasted off his feet. That wasn't funny. Next. Be back in a second. I've lost where I am. And we're back. Before I was. Whoops. Harry swung his wang over his shoulder, but Malfoy had already started on two. His bell hit Harry so hard he felt as though he'd been hit over the head with a saucepan. He stumbled, but everything still seemed to be working. And wasting no time, Harry pointed his wang straight at Malfoy and shouted, "Rictus Semper!" A jet of silver light hit Malfoy in the stomach, and he doubled up, wheezing. Millicent and Hermione in a headlock, and Hermione was whimpering in pain. Both their wangs lay forgotten on the floor. Good, that wasn't funny at all. Okay. There we go. He raised his own wang, attempted a complicated sort of wriggling action, then dropped it. Snape smirked as Lockhart quickly picked it up, saying, "Whoops, my wang is a little overexcited."